I don't know how much more of this I can do. Like these women are so unlikable, and I feel like I feel like I'm really done with this show. Like this type of franchise, like the Baddies. I feel like once this season is done, y'all ain't gonna see that word on my page anymore. Like I'm gonna stick this out for Bahati because I really, really enjoy her, and I really, really just want to see her journey through. But yeah, I'm over this. Like these people, they piss me off every single week, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But maybe I have egg on my face because I should have expected it. But I tried to give this show the benefit of the doubt, even though I knew what it was gonna be. I was just hoping it wasn't gonna be as much like what we just watched on that main show. But it's just as bad. Like it's literally just as bad. But if y'all are new here, please hit subscribe. I'm ready for Jocelyn's girls to come back. They are actually good to watch. That's probably the only thing for Zeus that I'm gonna watch, and I'm actually laughing because I laughed whenever I went to turn the episode on, and it told me that I needed to resubscribe because my little 4 weeks that I had after I canceled the membership the other month, it was done. So I had to resubscribe to get to the episode. I'm gonna watch it for Jocelyn's, but then I'm gonna really cancel it once this is done. But yeah, these people suck. But thumbs up the video, y'all. On the road to 10K, we're getting really, really close. Please hit subscribe. Please share the video. Please thumbs up the video. I ain't gonna waste too much time. Let's go. Where we left off, which was Erica versus Oxy, and Erica ends up running up on her, and she was in there with Oxy in this first round. First round, she couldn't get no work. It looked like a tie, and Erica ended up coming out of it with Oxy's wig and was taunting her because it's like, yeah, I got my real hair in right now. You got that wig, and I got it in my hand, so you look a fool now. But Brett's sitting there trying to gas Oxy up like she did something in that round, but they go another round. And this is where I guess she got the best of Erica. Erica ends up losing her balance, and she ends up grabbing her by her hair and getting a couple licks in. It wasn't that much. Like, honestly, like, you don't get points for doing that with somebody who can't fight and doesn't want to fight. But security ends up breaking that up. Emery is stating that if Emery, who was in them confessionals, was in real time, she would be likable. Because everything she said in the confessionals this episode actually was true and actual and factual. She states that Oxy had no reason to fight Erica. And I was like, exactly. And she's like, so what are you doing like this? If only you said this shit in real time. Like, if only you said it in real time, you would get points from me. But Erica then says that Oxy has been begging for this with her. AKA, she's been looking for camera time, which is true. So off of principle, she's going to give her what she's asking for because she ain't no punk. That's pretty much what she was stating. But she's tired of doing it. And I don't blame you. I would be too. But TT and her whack ass is sitting there talking about how Gloss is up next. You go fight Daisy. Shut up. Like, every time she talks, I'm like, you need to go fight Daisy. Like, every time you try to usher somebody into fighting, you need to go fight Daisy. Same with Cupcake. I'm going to get on her. I'm going to wear her out in a minute. Y'all just wait for it. But they then call out Jadyn for that hit list that she claimed that she had. And, of course, Emery steps up to fight and want to fight again. Why, I don't know. But Jadyn then says she don't want to fight right now. And I'm like, okay. The difference between her and Erica, Jadyn be popping it like she really about that life and like she really wants to get into. Because y'all remember what she said a couple episodes ago when she said that she had a hit list when Shay said she was going to come in there and get them for throwing them peanuts on her. She said she had a hit list and she was going to get X, Y, and Z for doing that shit with the beds, and she still has yet to do it. So with this moment right here, I'm not on her side. I'm not. Because I'm like, you popping your mouth too much, and then whenever it's time to run it, you don't want to run it, but you claim that you had a whole hit list. So them calling her out for this, you asked for it. But she then says that she don't want to fight because she ain't got no shoes, and Emery says she'll take her shoes off. But Jadyn then says that her and Emery's storyline is boring, and it is. You're not lying about that. It is tired. Emery is tired, period, for continuing to want to run this thing going on because she ain't got nothing else going on. But still, the fact of the matter is that you are a punk. But TT is screaming, get in the field or shut the fuck up. You get in the field or shut the fuck up. You go call out Daisy. Stop trying to sit here and punk these other girls that you know you can beat. Like, TT, I don't know who's the worst on this show. She might be my least favorite on the show, though. And it's not... There's a lot of people right down there with her, but she's the most agitating for me, which is crazy because, like I said, when we did the cast analysis, myself, Movie Bay Legend, and Jan, she was the one that stuck out to me as a favorite, and it's crazy because normally my first intuition is never really wrong, but she says that, and Emery then tells Jadyn to leave her name out of her mouth or fight. And Jadyn ends up dropping her purse. Emery starts taking her shoes off. And Coco is telling Natalie about how Jalen tried to snap on her, but the bitches that actually threw her bed and moved her bed, she didn't want to do nothing with it. And that is true. Like, that is true. Yes, she was popping it with you too, but she should have been popping it with the girls that actually did it. Like, that's the crazy part. But Natalie then asks who's on the hit list, and she asks if Emery is, and Emery says, and then Jadyn ends up nodding her head, and then Natalie tells her, okay, we'll run it then. So she then does that, and then, well, actually, Natalie then says that Jadyn is quiet, so that's a little bit scary. Normally, people that are quiet are scary. Normally. She can't fight, though. She's quiet because she's a punk, and she don't want to fight. But Emery and Jadyn, they end up fighting, and it was headlocking. Like, Emery, for you to be wanting to fight so bad, you don't be swinging. Like, ever since the first time y'all fought, you don't be throwing punches. Like, you literally be headlocking it up like you did with Shay. And Shay actually, to a certain degree, she can fight a little bit. She can't fight for real, but she can handle herself. And not only that, she was tossing and swinging your ass around. But, of course, with Jadyn, she can't fight. But Jadyn hung in there better than she should have, honestly. Like, y'all both was tussling together, and you kind of, like, charged at her and put her on the table. But she still was in there with you. Y'all wasn't throwing hands, but y'all was equally had each other like this. But security tries to break it up. They're pulling hair, and Emery is still trying to get at Jadyn. But Natalie's like, I'm done. Like, y'all are done. But Natalie then asks who's hosting this house meeting, and everybody's talking over each other. Just annoying. But Daisy, of course, with her big-ass mouth, she decides that she wants to start talking about her fighting Bahati. So TT is talking about how how Bahati is quiet as fuck. I said, you shut up. Shut up. You need to be quiet. But Daisy's sitting there running her mouth and says that Bahati only gets shine because of her. Be for real. You know you're literally fiending for a moment off of Bahati. That's the only reason why you're getting shine. But Daisy versus Bahati, they go ahead and run this round. And again, Bahati be in there with her. She can't get no work from Daisy. None of it. So she was in there with Daisy. It was really giving Ty, truth be told. But you know what really pisses me off? And you know it pisses Daisy off because she can't really get her like she wants to. Even though she's going to sit here and lie and act like she did. But she can't. But she starts kneeing her while security's trying to break them up. Starts kneeing her and starts pulling her hair. She pulls this girl, the whole side, like right here. Pulls it out. The way I would have gone to jail, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a woman, but if I was, and I had hair and you ripped it out, I'm going behind bars. And like I tell y'all all the time, like, there's certain instances where I will not use my hands, and one of those would be this moment. And the things that I would do would put me behind. I would have a very hefty sentence. But she does that. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, everybody's shocked. Gloss Up actually feels bad for her. And I believe she's probably the only one that does feel bad. But TT's ugly ass is sitting there laughing with Ming Lee and her stupid, dirty looking ass. And I'm like, at this point, this is when I was like, I don't even want to watch this shit no more. Like, I literally said and typed in my notes, I do not want to watch this anymore. Like, it's disgusting. It is disgusting to watch. Natalie then says she don't even know why they fight. And Ming Lee says, she's sitting in the confessional. It's pretty much like glazing Daisy up like she really did something. Like, she didn't even do nothing. Like, she didn't even do anything but pull her hair. But Daisy is feeding Natalie a bunch of bullshit. And Bahati is telling her to shut the fuck up as she needs to. But Bahati is telling her multiple times, get in this paint because all you do is pull hair. Daisy's still running her mouth. Bahati says, I'm not trying to sit here and listen to this. And you sitting here trying to make me look stupid. And Bahati then tells her to get in here so we can run these ones. Bahati kept asking for her ones and security wouldn't let her. And Daisy was not going up there to give them to her. She wasn't. She tried to pump fake like she was going up there to do something. As we all know, the previous fights that she's had, she's run up. Why, you ask? I feel like she don't want to run up for real and don't want to really give her a head up because she can't get her the way she thinks she can or the way she thought she was going to be able to. But Bahati's pissed off now and she's still asking for her ones and they ended up having her in a room and producers are like all around her, like surrounding her. And she's trying to get through them, obviously, because why would she not want to go beat this girl up who just literally basically scalped the side of her head? So, Daisy is sitting in there talking about Bahati's so mad about her hair and she needs to calm down. Why would she calm down? Why? Daisy she's a slow bus. She rides that slow bus. Like, she probably in the driver's seat of the slow bus. She lacks self-awareness. She don't have logic. She lacks common sense. She's that word that I want to say but would get me canceled. Something ain't right with her. Something ain't right with her. But Bahati, in her confessional, she got a new confessional look. She always looks good. And I'm starting to believe that could possibly be the reason as to why why they want to do this stuff, especially Daisy. Like, you sitting here trying to scalp this girl, like, it's disgusting. But Bahati is threatening to break the camera because the camera keeps getting in her face, and now she's mad. And obviously she's mad because she doesn't want that to be shown on TV. Because she knows once that's on TV, it probably is going to live forever. She just doesn't want to be on TV looking like that, and who the fuck would? But she starts crying, and when she starts crying, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. Y'all know I'm not a fan of crying, but in this instance, I completely understand. I'm pretty sure she's crying, A, because she's hurt, but B, because she wants to literally go over there and do some damage to Daisy, and she can't do it because they won't let her. But Natalie, she's then in there with the rest of the girls asking about what happened, and Daisy is still feeding her bullshit about how she had Bahati's back, and she's the reason why she's been able to stay in the house because bitches, the only reason why you're in this house and the bitches lit off of you is because of me. Who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are? Bahati does not need you. Bahati would have been fine in that house if everybody was against her regardless. But Daisy then starts telling her deluded side of the story, what led up to them fighting. And she then says that they had a conversation at the table, and then she starts making fun of Bahati's accent, and everybody in their clown asses start laughing. All of them are losers. Every last one of them. But Natalie then asks Emery what's up with her and Jadyn. She starts running through that stupid shit. I didn't write any notes down because I do not give a fuck. I don't care. But Natalie then says that the jumping in the tag team and is concerning because it's starting to turn into bullying, you think? Like, it is bullying. But Natalie then says that she had an understanding that Erica had an issue with Rella and Gloss. At least that's what she's claiming. Erica tells her, I never had an issue with Rella. And she didn't. She said Rella didn't have an issue with me. That's the thing. Well, she said I didn't have an issue with Rella, but Rella had an issue with me. So Rella then says, yeah, you didn't have an issue with me. Exactly. So why did you do what you did? AKA because you wanted some camera time. Hello? Like, come on. But Erica then says that that when she saw something that wasn't correct, she spoke on it. Basically stating, I called them out for some weird shit, and then now they're probably trying to come for me because of it. So Natalie then moves to Janellis and asks where she stands with Erica, and she ends up stating that she appreciates Erica for verbally defending her, but she doesn't expect her to fight for her because A, she don't want to fight, and she's not a fighter, and she doesn't expect her to fight her battles. I said exactly. But TT then says that she don't get it. It's not for you to get because you're not smart enough to understand it. Like, you got rocks for brains. That's why it's hard for you to understand. But Natalie then goes to Oxy and Erica. Oxy then claims that she don't like how every time Erica does something, it's always with a weapon. Erica has not done anything until last week. So what do you mean every time? Just say you are looking for a moment and you try to get it off what you deem the weakest person in the house because she's not a fighter. Like, you're a loser, Oxy. Everything that she said in the first couple episodes, she literally went back and contradicted herself. Crazy. Her fall from grace it's amazing. It's crazy. But Erica then says that she's been watching everybody break rules in the house. And this whole time, y'all essentially be picking and choosing whenever y'all have an issue with the person that's breaking the rules. Basically stating, y'all been jumping, sneaking, doing all types of weird shit. But now you mad because I am the one that hit your ass with a charger. It's like y'all was breaking rules then. So why is it wrong when I'm now breaking rules? So Cupcake and her punk ass. I said TT and Cupcake are tied for me. The worst ones. And it's like everybody else is like right there with them too. But those two I can't stand the most. Like, truly cannot stand. She says, so you think it's okay to use a weapon. You go sit in a room and close the door. Because you have no business speaking on anything because you're the biggest punk in here. Nobody forgot how you tried to use you quote unquote having cancer as an excuse to get out of fighting when you don't even have it. You better be in that room on your knees praying to God. That's all I'm going to tell you. But Erica then says that she's going to defend herself, which she should. And it's like, you get mad at her for using a weapon. Stop trying to harass her into fighting. Because if y'all harass her into fighting, she doesn't want to fight and she decides to fight. And if she decides to use a weapon, that's your own fault. Leave her alone. But Cupcake then says Erica tried to act like she didn't intend to hit her with the charger but she ended up seeing her wrap it up around her hand. I said, and what are you going to do about it? You don't fight, so you shut up. But Erica asked, like, what charger? Because I didn't wrap a charger around my hand. Cupcake then now thinks she's tough, trying to raise her voice and clapping her hands like you doing something. Where was that energy with Daisy? Where was that energy with Bahati? Right. She trying to perform for all of them. I hope somebody runs down on her ass later on. But Cupcake is in her confessional talking about Erica ain't standing on business. Talking about something because we don't fight with weapons because we got hands. You don't fight because you can't fight. Like, she can go. Like, I'm tired of her. Rella is still going back and forth with Erica, but Natalie ends up stating that she's heard enough, as have I. But she then tells them that she believes some of them are doing a lot and believes that some replacements should come in, and tells Daisy and TT that they should hold the rest of the house accountable for voting. And then somebody's going to get kicked off, according to Natalie in the moment. Cupcake in her confessionals, I'm spitting all over the place. Cupcake in her confessionals sitting there talking about she feels some type of way about Natalie appointing those two as the leaders because they all have been standing on business, including herself. Please be for real. But she then says that she don't need validation from anybody. I'm like, again, contradiction. Why are you upset then? If you don't need validation, why are you upset that they got appointed to be the ones to tally up the votes? Shut up. But they start voting around. The ones that got votes were Shay. Shay got a vote from Emery, Janellis, Mingley, and Glossup. Shay got voted by Janellis. Daisy voted for Oxy. And Oxy sitting there saying that she feels like Daisy did it to get a reaction out of her. And she don't understand why she did it. But you didn't give her a reaction. You didn't pop that mouth that you popped with Erica. She's sitting there. But you didn't do anything. You didn't have no energy with her. But you have. It's crazy how they pick and choose when they want to have energy. It's crazy. But Daisy, Cupcake, Rella, they voted Bahati. Glossup ends up stating, I will state that Bahati stands on business. And TT ends up co-signing it. But Coco, Emery, TT, Rella, Ming, they all voted for Jadyn. And everybody voted for Erica. Including the two dumb idiots that are on the outside as well, Jadyn and Shay. Again, that's why I can't get down with them. What has Erica done to y'all? What has she done to y'all? That is somebody that has been on the outside that could be somebody, an alliance member for y'all in this house. But y'all decide to go with the pack of bitches that don't fuck with y'all. The pack of bitches is probably going to jump y'all later in the season. Egg on your face. Clown shit. But Erica then says she doesn't understand why they're trying to vote her out. But Natalie ends up stating that it's funny how y'all sitting here raising y'all's hands for one or two people because it's going to make me want to keep them here. Exactly. But Natalie tries to pump fake and act like she's going to bring a replacement in. She didn't bring him in. But Oxy, I do got to talk about this too. Every time she says something stupid, I'm going to address it. Oxy's sitting there talking about why is everybody worried about other people instead of worrying about themselves. Do you need a mirror? Well, I don't have my mirror case on, but here. Like, what? But Natalie then tells them to go find their rooms. They go running off. TT ends up going to the master bedroom, which has four little twin-sized beds, which Oxy, Shay, and Oxy, Shay, and Jadyn, they got in that room. She gets in that room while Oxy's in the room, and starts flipping their mattresses and rearranging everything in there, making a mess out of that room. And Oxy's standing there letting her do it. Punk, pick and choose. But TT then goes back in the room with the other girls talking about I did it because they don't be on shit. You're not lying because, I mean, you just punked them in their face, essentially. But Jadyn ends up saying the shit is childish, and it is. But TT then says anybody touch any of hers, it's up. Like I said, somebody needs to run down on her, and I can't wait to see it. But Bahati, she's in her room crying. Still crying, rightfully so. But Natalie is telling Daisy to bring Bahati her hair and have a conversation. That's what I got for you. Send her ass home. Why is she still here? But they go in the room and Natalie's sitting there talking about how Bahati's upset. I'm like, no shit. Like, she just literally took half of her hair off of the side of her face. Are you crazy? Like, that's crazy. But Daisy then says that now I feel bad because she's crying. But you don't feel bad about ripping her hair out of her head. Okay. But Natalie goes in there and hugs Bahati. And then Daisy ends up stating that. And Bahati then says she's fuming because she pulled her hair out. And like, why would you not be mad? But Bahati then tells her, I never talk shit about you. Again, she hasn't. But Daisy then says, don't go home. Bahati says, bitch, you just pulled my hair. Like, you came to me with all this attitude for no reason, putting your hands in my face. Daisy then says, so what did you do? And she said, you slapped my hand. Duh. You putting your hands in her face. What do you think she's going to do? Just sit there and let you do it? Like I said, the elevator is not going to the top floor. But Natalie then asked if Daisy can give Bahati a hug. No, you can't give me a hug. You come walking over me, you gonna eat my fist. That's what you gonna do. But Daisy then says that she'll do it if she doesn't hit her. Like I said, I wouldn't even hit her. I'm telling you, I wouldn't even hit her. I would literally take a chunk out of her face. As soon as she got close to me, I would chunk. I would have it. Listen, I don't even have nails. I like a damn lion. But Daisy then says what pisses her off so bad is that Bahati had gave them bitches what they want. This is again elevator, not reaching the top floor. Said Bahati gave them bitches what they wanted because they didn't want them to be friends. When you're the one that did it, you fool. They literally had you thinking that she was out here talking shit about you, and you as a fool went and believed it instead of asking her. And even when you did ask her, she told you flat out to your face that she didn't do it. But you decided to believe them, and you're the reason why y'all are no longer cool. Like, you're psychotic. But Bahati then says what I just said. You're the one that gave it to him. Like, you the one listening to their bullshit. But Daisy then says, but you didn't tell them to shut the fuck up because I'm your bitch. Bahati said what I was thinking. Like, why would I have to tell them that when I told you that I didn't say it? Like, shut up. But Daisy then tells Bahati to give her a hug, and Bahati don't want it. She like pushing her off. And Bahati says, you pulled my hair. I'm not trying to be cool. It's up, period. She says that in her confessionals. And Bahati then says that Daisy switched up for no reason. And as soon as she turned her back, Daisy turns her back to go sit down, I guess, with Natalie. And as soon as she did, Bahati hopped on it and started banging that head in. Daisy sitting there trying to act like she didn't feel it, but we clearly saw the connects. And I know you felt it. But Bahati got to banging it up. Security's breaking them up. Natalie sitting there talking about, don't do that, Bahati, don't do that. You just hit her in the lip. She just pulled her hair out. Shut up, Natalie. I would have hit Natalie. Because you shut up. Like, you shut up. She shouldn't even be in here right now. She should be at that damn airport going home. But Natalie then says that she wanted them to be cool. Shut up. Bahati then says, no, we're not going to be cool. And then she ends up throwing a bottle of water at Daisy. And Bahati then says, like, who going to be cool with a bitch that believes bullshit that people are telling her about me? And then pulled my hair. I said, she's literally one of the realest people on Zeus. Like, literally. But they start going back and forth. Daisy is sitting there talking about how you gonna pop on somebody and not beat me. She did. She did in that park, and she just popped on you there. You didn't connect any punches. You didn't even throw any punches, so she beat you. Like, be for real. But they go and run another round. Again, Bahati can't get no work. It looked like a tie to me. Bahati ended up having her hair, and security ends up trying to break that up. And Daisy ends up leaving, talking about Bahati would have no storyline without her. Again, that's you. But she goes upstairs to tell the girls what happened. Emery, again in her confessionals, said that what did Daisy expect? Like, what did you expect her to do? Like, you literally pulled her hair out. Did you not expect her to sneak you? Emery says, if you would have done that to me, I'd have did it too. Like, hello? Anybody would have. But Natalie is downstairs with Bahati and Erica, and Bahati is still not done. Like, she still wants to fight because she switched up for no reason and pulled her hair out. But she's really crying now, and Natalie tells Erica to get up and give her a hug. Why don't you go do that? Why don't you do that? But Natalie then says, so you're mad about the hair? Why else would she be mad? Why would she not be mad? Why would she not be mad? You would be mad if it was you. You remember when Red bit a chunk out of your ass and you was mad as fuck? That's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. She took a chunk out of you, which left you with a lasting scar. She just ripped that girl's hair out to where she's now having to shave her head. Like, Natalie, she I don't want to see anything else she got on TV anymore. Like, this Baddies era of Natalie has truly taken me all the way off of her. Like, she's a trip. But she then asked to see it, just being just shady and messy, trying to embarrass her. And Bahati, of course, says no. But next week, she's still asking to see it. But Bahati gets her hair shaved, and she looks beautiful. But they go to the club, and it looks like people now starting to get on Oxy's case. And then Oxy and Glossop, I believe, are fighting again. But I'm over it, y'all. Please give me a pity thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe. Turn your post notifications on. Comment down below. Y'all, come join me with Love Island. Love Island is like my heyday. Like, that's my sweet spot. I enjoy talking about it. We have great conversations. We can have fun talking about a show instead of being irritated watching it. So go watch that. Go hit my TikTok. It's in the link below. I'm going to start posting those recaps on TikTok. Go show them some love. Go follow. Yeah, I'll see y'all tonight if you do watch. But if not, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.